Found it. I just by accident I found it. So this was my first day in VHPA.
No signal.
So I don't know if anyone can read this. Vishwa Hindu Parishad of America 10th Hindu Conference, New York, 1984. So I went to this New York conference, and I came in '82. I went to conference because somebody wrote a letter, no email, and then go to the conference. I wrote this letter out. I pulled Mahesh Bhai, who was sitting on the side, who was chairing the whole conference, and I told Mahesh Bhai that we would like to start a student organization at VHPA. And I read out this whole proposal to Mahesh Bhai. And I had kept this letter, I didn't even know, and I found it. So I scanned and I put it here. So that was the beginning of HSC. That's all I need. So it's been a long journey, and as you know, but it was, New York was a great experience. I learned quite a bit. But that one meeting told me everything that I wanted to know about VHPA. And that VHPA is always open to eccentric ideas. So you can come up with any idea. And Mahesh Bhai, chairing the whole conference, stood in the lobby, talked to me for 10 minutes, listening to this. Great mentorship within VHPA, from Mahesh Bhai down to everyone else. Atmiyata, connecting with people at a level of your heart, a level of your family. VHPA gives that. Openness, innovation, and finally, leading the society. VHPA led the society, right? So that to me was VHPA that I learned in July in 1984. The first day I met Mahesh Bhai, I went to that conference. So the sound of that conference, the speeches I heard from Swami Chinmayananda, from Mahesh Bhai, from Karan Singh, all of these things are still reverberate in my ears. Okay, so that was VHP to me. It come up with a lot of eccentric ideas. As I said, VHP always open to eccentric ideas, starting with Hindu Students Council, all our internet activities. Srinivas is here, he knows it. DOF, and Shamji is here, he knows DOF and Defenders of Faith and Defenders of Nation and all Hindu, South Religion Hindu, India D, India L, Hindu Digest, you name it. And always, VHP always said, yes, do it, yes, do it, yes, do it. There was never a question that, oh, no, we have to think, go back, take 10 years, decide. AHAD, I mean, these are the ideas that found home within VHPA that would not find home anywhere else. So when I said AHAD, again, Mahesh Bhai said, yes, you're going to do it. HSC, of course, you guys saw it. HSC, do it. AHAD, do it. Hindu Pact, within Hindu Pact, Chingari, Hari, Hindu Vote, HSC's Kashmir campaign, HSC's environmental awareness campaign, every single thing finds home. It may not, we're talking about 80s and 90s, will not find home in any Hindu organization except VHPA, and that is VHPA, right? And other activities, right? We came up with the ideas like Hindu Heritage Month. VHPA has a home for that. United Colors of Holi or American Hindu Lifetime Achievement or Contributions Award. All of these ideas that at one time or the other popped in my mind. I was like, okay, where do you go with these ideas? VHP is the home for these ideas. Now, it's also true that the ideas mature at some point and they take on their own life and things like that. VHP has done it. We've done it with Hindu University, we've done it with the ECAL, we've done it with Hindu HSC, we've done it with other organizations. But they start all of it, the mother of all the ideas starting incubation is VHPA. But what remains unsaid is really that VHPA is not an organization where ideas find home, programs get developed, but VHP is actually an organization where karyakartas get created. I mean, there was a few weeks ago that Mukundanji was visiting, and there were people from about 6-7 different organizations. And I was texting Rakhi and I said, Rakhi, do you realize that the representative from Sangh, from HF, from Kona, from VHPA, from one of the other organizations, 5 of them are all from HSC? And so they're all from VHPA at one time or the other. So VHPA is not just the program creator, but VHPA is a place where karyakartas get created. And that is the lasting contribution that outlasts all of us in our lifetime, right? And so along the way, VHPA kind of, gave me a lot of responsibility, daitwa. I think my first GC meeting was in Detroit in 85. 86, and then after that, I was director of AHAD and Joint General Secretary. Long time ago, I was Joint General Secretary. After that, I was the editor of Hindu Vishwa, executive vice president, president, all of this. But really, I always felt like there's a Gujarati, there's a saying, right? Gadi niche kutru chale, like there's a bullock cart going and a dog is walking underneath, and the dog thinks that you're carrying the weight of the bullock cart. And I always felt like that because I really thought that real work was actually done by everyone here. And that dog was walking under the bullock cart. So the work is not, so it's really so I always introduce myself as a karyakarta. And at various times you have some responsibility, you don't have responsibility. And that's fine, yeah? Because we were trained as karyakarta with Vidyarthi Parishad I started with back in India. I worked full time for a year without having any title or anything. I was just karyakarta. I could have been called Vistarak, could call Pracharak, but I was just working full time. I stayed at home, so I was not a Pracharak. So this is karyakarta, right? And that to me was really, I felt like, you're president, but you're a karyakarta. Temporarily you could be president. Because all of us, and I'll finish in less 3 minutes, 2 minutes or 2.5 minutes. All of us start with something that appeals to us, right? And so appeals to us at a level of our heart. So there's a song, right, which says, Hindu tan man, Hindu jivan rag rag mein, Hindu mera parichay. That's how we start. And we say, okay, I am Hindu at heart. Hindu is my identity. You start with that, and at some point, it translates to, when you start getting more active, it becomes man samarpit, tan samarpit, or rahe jivan samarpit. So now you say, okay, now I'm dedicated to this cause. And then once you start believing that, then you say, now I'm graduating to dharma rakshati rakshita. I want to do something that will protect the dharma, not just for me, not just for all the Hindus, not just today, not for tomorrow, but forever. And that is the progression that we as karyakartas kind of go through. It starts with a spark in our heart, in our mind, and then all of us, we end up as, okay, now what do I do? And for the society at large. So, when I was in Vidyarthi Parishad, one of the early pracharaks who unfortunately passed away a few years ago, not much older than me, 3-4 years older than me, Chandrakant Kulkarni, I still remember, he introduced me to a couple of Hindi poems by Shiv Mangal Singh Suman. Very inspirational poet. If you have not read it, you should read it. And because the work we do is not easy, really, it's not easy. We make it feel like it's easy, but it's really not easy. And so he taught me he introduced me to this poem, which Vajpayee modified it a little bit. But one stanza on that says, "Kya haar mein, kya jeet mein, kya haar mein, kya jeet mein, kinchit nahi bhaybhit mein." क्या हार में क्या जीत में किंचित नहीं भयभीत में संघर्ष पथ पे वाजपेयी जी said कर्तव्य पथ पे but actually संघर्ष पथ पे. So in the time of struggle, संघर्ष पथ पे जो भी मिले यह भी सही वह भी सही. This is really the essence of our struggle, our work. It really doesn't matter. There are good days, there are bad days, there are days you struggle, there are days you don't struggle. But really, if you have this in your, and then there's a last line which I didn't read. यह भी सही वह भी सही वरदान मांगूंगा नहीं. Okay, वरदान मांगूंगा नहीं means I will not apologize. I will not apologize because I'm on a kartavya path. I'm on the sangharsh path. There may be some days people will throw rose petals, some day people will throw stones. I will not apologize. Vardhan maguga nahi.
Vardhan means totally different thing, but anyway.
In this context, yeah. So this is, if you do advocacy or something like that, you're doing dharma rakshati rakshita, this is important, right? So as my term as president comes to an end, I just have nothing but gratitude for all of you and thankfulness for all of you, because all of you have inspired me, have guided me, and path that was at sometimes smooth, sometimes rocky, but we are a family, and everything that we have done is to learn from one another, and there's always this atmiyata, there's always this affection, and that keeps us going. There are too many to mention, so I won't mention anyone in particular, except that I hope that some of my mentors, such as, and I name only 3 who are no longer on this earth, but Manya Yashwantrao Kerkarji in Vidyarthi Parishad in Mumbai, Manya Madan Das ji from Vidyarthi Parishad, originally Mumbai, but Nasik, Mumbai, but then All India responsibility within Sangh and in Sangh and ABUP, and Mahesh Bhai. So I hope that wherever they are, they feel a little bit of pride that I have delivered what they asked me to deliver, right? So I remain grateful to them and to all of you forever, and to, of course, to Bharat Mata from where, and Hindu Dharma, because there's another, that same song, right? Same geet. It says, "माँ तुम्हारा ऋण बहुत है, मैं किंचन, किंतु इतना कर रहा फिर भी निवेदन, थाल में लाऊं सजाकर भाल जब, थाल में लाऊं सजाकर भाल जब, स्वीकार कर लेना दया कर यह समर्पण, गान अर्पित, प्राण अर्पित, रक्त का कण कण अर्पित." So I hope that whether I'm president, not president, do something, don't do something, I remain dedicated to the cause. And another and last poem that Chandrakant Kulkarni or Chandu introduced me was again Sivangar Suman poem. And this is a really interesting poem that I hope that some of you like it. And that is, गति प्रबल पैरों में भरी, गति प्रबल पैरों में भरी, फिर क्या रहूं दर दर खड़ा, फिर क्या रहूं दर दर खड़ा. Why do I stand staring, right? दर दर खड़ा, जब आज मेरे सामने है रास्ता इतना पड़ा. I have this vast road in front of me. जब तक न मंजिल पा सकूं, till I don't find a road, जब तक न मंजिल पा सकूं, तब तक न विराम है, चलना हमारा काम है. चलना हमारा काम है. कुछ कह लिया, कुछ सुन लिया, कुछ कह लिया, कुछ सुन लिया, कुछ बोझ अपना बट लिया. अच्छा हुआ तुम मिल गए, अच्छा हुआ तुम मिल गए, कुछ रास्ता ही कट गया. अब राह में क्या परिचय कहूँ, अब राह में क्या परिचय कहूँ, राही हमारा नाम है, चलना हमारा काम है. Okay, and with that I end. And I want to say that my term is coming to an end, and I think there's no more worthy successor than Tejal Ben. And so I think the next step, Darun Bhai or Sanjay Bhai, but I hope that all of you, as I will, fully support Tejal Ben in this. Thank you.
अमिताभ जी बंद करिए वो.
क्या
सब बंद कर दिया.
ये चालू रहे कि बंद हो जाए?
He's taken out the gloves now.
Oh my God.
और असली संजय कौन हो गया?
I told you the game.
I know it's ending. असली संजय कौन?
धृतराष्ट्र से पूछिए.
Okay, so I mean, you heard, of course, and Gaurang bhai will add to what I'm saying. Louder, okay. So
नहीं, माइक बेकार है. माइक
मेरी
बेकार
आदत पड़ गई माइक में बोलने की, इसलिए थोड़ा, लेकिन हमें भूल गया माइक नहीं. ठीक है. So
Right here.
Gaurang bhai will add, but on lighter note, he said that Mahesh bhai was the one who said कि करो ये काम. उसके बाद संजय मेहता से मिले ये, फिर हम तोरल मेहता को छोड़ के जा रहे हैं, तो मेहता के बिना तो नहीं चल सकता. एक ना एक मेहता पकड़ के रखेगा आपको. That's one, right? So anyway, like Ajay bhai has said, recently Olympics finished, and we know in Olympics there is a race called relay race, 400. And America is like most of the time they win that race. In 1980 Olympics, London, the relay race, America lost the race. And the reason was that when the Tyson Gay was passing the baton to Robinson, who was behind, and he just missed it. Because because it's a seconds, and you lose the race. 400.
2012 London.
Yeah, right. So it's very important you pass the baton at the right time to the right person, and then you win the race. But at the end, you see 4 of them get the medals, not 1 person. So that's the parampara we have. That's what he exactly said. That the parampara is that pass the baton at the right time to the right person. So Ajay bhai has done that, Good job, right? So we are going to win the race all together. Not 1%, 2%, all will get the gold medal. That's our parampara. So that's one thing. The second thing, coming to Ramayana, we are all Ram Bhakt. And everybody knows that. So Ramchandra ji was going. भरत जी को ना बोला आप ले लो भाई, भरत जी ने कहा पूजा नहीं चाहिए. अरे नहीं, जब राम जी जा रहे हैं, राम जी went to Dashrath ji and he said कि the best thing happening in my life, it is mentioned in Ramayana, that Bharat is going to be the Raja. Wow, what else? We need, right? And I am going to Vanvas serving the rishis. This is the best day of my life. Bhagwan Ram said that. Bharat ji said no, I am not taking. And we all know that वो नंदीग्राम में बैठे थे भरत जी पादुका लेके, जब बाबा रामचंद्र जी वापस आए, he said this is yours. So none of us, that's what he said, none of us have that kursi. This kursi belongs to Ramji. Kursi belongs to Sanatan Dharma. We are all just, as he's very well explained with the poem, we are all the custodian of duty for some time. So that's what is happening. This, you see that parampara, right? So Tejalvan, it's right, just the paduka, nothing else, right? Bhagwan ki abhidra, like Bhagwan tak pahunchegi wo. That's our duty, right? So that's what I mean, and all you know, Ajay bhai. So I don't dare to give a lot of words. But Ram bhai will add something. दो लाइन सुनाता हूँ, and then I'll stop here, right? गाना है लेकिन उसकी दो लाइन आपको. ये गंगा सी शुद्ध आंखें, कोई राज अहिम में गहरा, तारीफ करूं क्या उसकी जिसने तुम्हें बनाया. You can add. बाकी तारीफ आप करिए.
ये भाई अब पता चल रहा श्री संजय अब आए हैं.
The winner is.
I am not a poet like Sanjay bhai.
That's not true, Gaurang bhai. We heard your poetry last night.
Ajay bhai, I know Ajay bhai since he joined. I call Ajay bhai, I call because he's president, but he's Ajay to me. Since he joined VHPA in 84, I remember the conference very well, times afterwards, and how Ajay bhai, at the time was starting HSC. Even at that time, he was an excellent debate. I've been to many programs, many conferences, many camps with Ajay. And I always told Ajay, he knows it, I've fought with him many times. I said that, please don't argue, I know I can't win you, you are a lawyer. At the heart of it, what I didn't know these years is that he loves poetry. And there are two very inspiring poets, it was fantastic. And it should become a beacon for everybody who occupies this position in today and future. So, ये रास्ता कितना बड़ा है, साथ में रहे चलते हैं, बचते जाते हैं. It's a difficult situation when this transition happens. It's like a mother giving birth to a child. There is pain and there is joy because something new comes out. Ajay bhai's contribution in terms of AHID, the very first idea he brought to VHPA, Hindus against American Hindus against defamation, became a flowering tree as Hindu Pact. And because of, I always have termed Ajay as an original thinker. Many of us read and then think. He comes up with very different ideas, whether it be Chingari, Hindu what, and many others. For that, Ajay bhai, I would say without doubt, there is no parallel in VHPA, probably not even some family to you. And remember, you're stepping down as president. But like Mahesh bhai used to say, Mahesh bhai, our mentor, VHPA is a one-way street. So you are here. And we will need your guidance, all of us, and pulling us back also when we make any mistakes. I appreciate that. Coming to the gentleman. Gentlemen, well, let me first explain the process. That is always my role. Whenever the position of President or General Secretary opens up, any eligible members can contest it. Eligibility requirement is that you have to be a current JC member and you have to have served on the executive board. We typically in VHPA, we do this because that's a legal requirement. We try to find a consensus around one candidate because in voting, you can win by vote, but you may not win the hearts. So that is a big process. So we still will have a letter going out to GC members asking for any nominations if there's somebody wants to do that. If there are more than one candidate, there will be an election. If not, then it will be Tejal Ben. So Tejal Ben, can you come here please for a moment? If you have seen, if you want to know of any sensitive human being who cries all the time, it is my younger sister, Tejal Ben. I call her younger sister because I can proudly say that I brought her into VHPA. Tejal Ben is a devotee of Datta Guru, runs a small dedicated center, Girdhar Sadhana, with Vedic once a month for dhun and chanting. And through that I came to know her. And then I came to know her side of Seva. Because I was in New Jersey for many years. And I knew she was so busy. So first I asked her to start a chapter in Northern Jersey. She could not because she was so busy. So slowly she came in our chapter. And that's it, took our responsibilities VHPA. And rest is the history. Tejal Ben, the right word to use will be Ruju. She is Ruju at heart. But she also can be very strict also. I have seen that. That's important too. When you run an organization, sometimes you cannot be goody-goody. Like in 92, you might remember Ajay Bhai, 93 Global Vision Conference, Ramesh Bhai Ojha, Ujja, he quoted Vivekanand ji, the Hindus are goody-goody, but not good. So she's not goody-goody. We all have worked with her, and we all can attest to it that Tejal Ben can work with everyone. She can be a good leader. She is a good leader. She understands that one thing important for this position is to have a very clear vision about what VHP is all about. You can either take VHP to heights or you can put it in the ditch. And she knows all those things. She has support of everyone. And you're not alone, Tejal Ben. Ajay Bhai will not be present after January 1st. But he'll be at your beck and call. Ajay Bhai, am I right?
Absolutely.
So I'm very hopeful that there will be no contest. So I will want to congratulate you in advance. And I'll pray to Ishwar. I always mention that to myself all the time. At times in VHPA, I had to make very difficult decisions. I have prayed that may Ishwar give me always sadbuddhi, so I will not take any step out of any prejudice or rag or dvesh actually. So with that, Tejal Ben, your support of everybody. It's just remember always one, in difficult times, in good times, remember one sentence. This comes from Bible originally. Bible, there is a sentence, this too shall pass away. Humane bolte abhi chala jayega. So on that there are several poems. And I have sent these poems to many of my friends, and I have sent to GC also by email. It says that when things are very difficult, it's very bleak, pick up yourself and say, I say, this too shall pass. And it gives number of things like that. And it says, when everything is rosy, आप सब आके बाहा करते हैं, then also tell yourself, this too shall pass away. So, Tejal Ben, this too shall pass away. Ajay Bhai, this too shall pass away.
Okay, so this is called Shah strategy. Fighter note, right? कि मैं जा रहा हूँ लेकिन अपना आखिरी नाम छोड़ के जा रहा हूँ, उसमें आगे जोड़ लो, आपको जोड़ना है। हमने कहा कहना जोड़ लेते हैं।
So it is only Mehta.
Mehta, right? Another strategy, right?
Shah guy.
Yeah.